Hello, welcome to the program Agric today on ARCN Television, Abuja, Nigeria. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin Amin. On today's episode of the program, we'll be taking a look at onion production, cultivation, and of course, the market value. This week is going to be full focus on the market value, how you can do the onion business and make money. Yes, we'll be touching on the seasons where this onion can be grown and cultivated, and of course what season is best for it. Speaking on this topic on this episode of the program is the association chairman of the onion marketers of Nigeria, and he is here in the studio. To take a quick break, when we return, we'll usher him in. Stay tuned.
When I graduated in 2013, I was busy going around sharing my CV, looking for a lucrative white-collar job. But someone was sincere enough to tell me that, oh, look, Mr. Man, there is no white-collar job anywhere. Please come. There is a program as that time that the government introduced, which is the Anchor Borrower program. He asked me to come and see how I will learn something out of that program so that I will use it to build my capacity. Being me a graduate of agriculture, he was then telling me that I only have theoretical knowledge. I need the practical knowledge of agriculture. Then we jump into it, and today you can see I'm doing good. Not bad. Also doing some kind of lecturing, but I can tell you I'm a big farmer producing onion, supplying different open markets, corporate market, and even exporting to the regional market like Niger Republic, Burkina Faso, Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, sometimes Mali and Senegal. So, of course, I'm not, when you put my name in Google, you will find who I am. And all these things just happen within just few years. This to tell you that there is a lot of money in agriculture. Additionally, have told us that if you want to be a millionaire or billionaire, the best place to invest is the agricultural sector, and you will not regret it. The simple reason is that you need food today, you need food tomorrow, you need food next tomorrow, you continue to need food the day that someone is not in this life. So invest in that business. Like I said, this onion is one of the most important vegetable crop because of its distinctive flavor that is appreciated by people throughout the world. We have a slogan that there is no household that does not consume onion in the entire world. So that makes the demand to be increasing year by year in 100%. Yeah. So, and some people, apart from you getting the onion, the fresh onion, adding it with your tomato to make a stew, or if you want to cook jollof rice, of course onion is more than that. You can also process this onion by way of drying it and grinding it into powder. And this onion powder is used to make this Maggi. They are from onion, yes, those seasonings. I can tell you right now as I'm speaking to you, I know of UAC, Unilever, and Nestle. I think what UAC Unilever need from us in terms of onion powder was around 6,200 metric ton of onion powder. While Nestle in Cote d'Ivoire need about 1 million ton of onion powder. If you put the whole of the onion that we produce in the entire Africa, I don't think you can supply Nestle 50% of their onion, because 90% of onion is water. Only 10% is total dry matter. So when you are trying to process 100 kg of onion into powder, at the end of the day you get only 10 kg of the powder. That is what will be used to produce Maggi for you, to produce ketchup. Pharmaceutical industry use it to produce drugs that will help to manage diabetes, obesity, the drugs that will help to cure cancer, heart disease, Parkinson's diseases, and so on and so forth.
Wow.
So and this same onion again, if you want, you can extract juice out of it. You can use you can produce juice from onion. You can use onion to do chocolate. You can use onion to do biscuits. You can use onion for bread. You can use onion for any other thing that you will not think of. In some places, we turn onion, put it in flour, and it becomes food. And we start using it to produce bread and all these things you eat. When you go to sophisticated supermarket, just tell them, let them give you onion biscuits. You see a lot of things that chocolate and so on and so forth, the juice, because of the medicinal. You overheard some people will be saying in Facebook, I used to see this social media, that put onion inside white cloth, grind it, you use it to treat prostate cancer and the rest. So why do you need to do that? We have to be acting like scientists. Why don't we extract the juice? If you are afraid of the sulfur smell of onion, just put a flavor. When you drink it, it makes your mouth will smell good and not the sulfur smell. That pungency is a sulfur, is a chemical we call N-propyl disulfide. Is the one responsible for that, and tears and everything. So once you just put a flavor, then it takes care of. Then when you drink it, you cure your diabetes, you cure your heart disease, you cure your hypertension, you cure your cancer. And if you are a man, it makes you very strong.
It's still the program Agric today on ARCN Television, Abuja, Nigeria, and I am still your host. We have been taking a look at onion production, and then of course with the focus on the marketing strategies in exporting, and of course the internal marketing of the commodity. You've heard so much from our guests, and then we'll now go further to ask him what season and what season this onion is being grown, and what's the export value, what's the advantage a farmer coming in now who wants to go into farming, what's the advantage, what kind of land can we farm this onion? So we hear from him.
Onion production or onion subsector is a sector that requires a lot of capital. It's a capital intensive. That is why you don't see a poor onion farmer or a poor onion marketer. Even check around. If you look at it, even before production, we produce onion in both wet and dry season. And even we produce onion even 3 times in a year. We have the wet season onion, we have the dry season onion, we have the harmattan season. But the bulk of the production is in the harmattan season. We start in the north around October and end in February. So as I'm speaking to you, onion in Sokoto, Kebbi, and some major part of the north, production have started. That is during March and April, when there is massive harvest. Then we get to our glut period, then onion is cheap. But because of lack of good storage facility to preserve this onion, we tend to lose 50% of this production to post-harvest losses, and we are left with 50% to battle with domestic demand, regional demand, and also other uses, export and other uses. So like we can tell you, we can value in Sokoto, we're like valuing our the total production in Sokoto from 250 to 300 billion naira. KB have about 100 billion naira worth of investment in onion. Kano have about 150. Put it all together in the whole of the country, we are saying that we are contributing about 700 billion naira worth of transaction in terms of onion in the country as I'm speaking to you, in just a single market in the north, whereby onion is I think the wet season onion now as I'm speaking to is around 50,000 naira, while the dry onion that we harvested in April, now it is around 80,000 naira in the north, 100,000 naira in Lagos. Yeah, the difference is that the one we harvest during the Harmattan season, which is the bulk of the production, is the one that we can store for a very long period of time and use it to cushion the effect of the off season. While that of the wet season is mostly produced around Kaduna, Kano, and some part of Gombe and Jos, which is used to support the onion that is already in the facility, that is also cushioning the off-season period. While the one you do, I talk about, okay, during the dry season is the one that you harvest around December, January, and you also use it to cushion the effect of the wet season on that is just going. So if one of these 3 seasons you eliminate one, you are going to create a serious problem. That what happened in 2020 when there was a global onion crisis in the whole world, that India, that happens to be the second largest onion producing country in the world, have to write to us. Their High Commission wrote to us through Federal Ministry of Agriculture that we should please export onion to India for them. So you can see, in essence, Nigeria is really giant. But even with our current production of 2 million, for us, we don't agree that we are producing 2 million. But it just, that is the narration out there. We don't know what to do about it. I know our production is more than that. But if you don't have anything to show for it, then you just have to concur with what you have seen. So if India, that produce about currently 24 million metric ton, can write to Nigeria, despite our huge market and everything, that they need onion from us when they are in scarcity, this to tell you that we are giants in terms of onion production in the world. The demand for onion is always increasing. Every household needs this commodity because of its importance. Like I tell you, the medicinal value, the nutritive value, and other value it gives. Apart from that, like I told you that if we said that we are producing 2 million metric ton, and I'm also telling you that 50% of this production will lose it to post-harvest losses. Then you know that there is a problem. It's not actually 2 million.
Yes.
It is 1 point something million metric ton that we are left with. And the domestic demand of onion in Nigeria is about 1.4 million metric ton. Now you are producing 2 million and you are losing 50%. So did you think that you have enough to meet up with your domestic demand? And you have pressure from West African countries that rely on you for this onion. Niger produce onion about 1 million metric ton. They too, they are facing post-harvest losses of that percentage. Burkina, they don't produce much onion, they need onion. Ghana don't produce much onion, they need onion, and they are also exporting. They that does not produce, they are one of the largest exporter in Africa. Now they don't produce. Then where are they? Of course they are sourcing from us in Nigeria. Burkina Faso also, they don't produce much and they are also exporting. That is Cote d'Ivoire. And so when you put all this together, you will find out that there is a lot of pressure. If India can run to us when they are in scarcity, let alone our neighboring countries, these neighboring countries of Benin, Ghana, Burkina, of course, we are a mother, we are a giant. So we need to, the simplest thing we need to do is for investors to come in. Like now, for instance, I was telling you that the dry onion is being sold in Lagos at the cost of 100,000 naira per bag. Do you know that also in around March and April this same year, that same onion per bag was costing 10,000 naira, 8,000 naira? What is the difference between April, May to December? How many months that this thing have to somersault 900 times? So this to tell you that by the time we have good storage facility, by the time you now we think, by the time that Alhaji we think, by the time that Mister we think, okay, let's build a storage facility, we house this onion, conditioning storage facility, keep this onion, then if I buy onion of 1 million naira, there is every tendency that I will make a return of my investment, if not 2 times, if I am able to manage the post-harvest losses. Yeah, if you check back, you see this our country, with due respect, is sometimes we tend to focus on one problem and allow another problem to emanate. Instead of, okay, while you are trying to solve this problem, also don't neglect other sector. So when Nigeria came up with the Anchor Borrower program, they focused mainly on rice. And there are other commodities that are very essential, that their demand is daily, is every minute, every second, every hour. You can't abandon such commodities. And when you come, they will tell you you are not part of the priority commodity that they want to. Of course, if you are making a priority, the law of priority says that maybe you allocate the highest resources to this, and also don't neglect the other sector, because these are this sector are the economic power even of the country. Because when you produce rice, you are talking about your own domestic consumption. But when we produce onion, we are talking about forests. We are talking about forests. Exporting it, bringing money back to the country, improving the value of Naira. And don't forget, when you are saying that, okay, you want to push rice, are you producing the water pumping machine? Are you producing knapsack sprayer? There are some equipment that you have to import from other countries to support that production that you are doing. Then let you also empower other sector that will also produce for you to export, so that you can bring that machinery back to your country using your balance of payment. When you look at the international trade, just balance of payment, bringing that forest for you to be able to settle the debt when you import. Then now you tend to, I can remember in 2019, we mount a lot of pressure on CBN. Please allow us to access facilities so that we can improve production. I also forecast to them that there is going to be onion crisis in the country, because a lot of factors have indicated that there will be crisis. I wrote that factor to them, but nothing was done until during that December 2020. India have to write to us for us to take that opportunity and advantage. Well, there was nothing. Even us were battling, selling one bulb of onion for 1,000 naira, 500 naira in my 12 Lagos. So you did not prepare for the eventuality. And we told them, You know, you will say something, they will say, ah, this president, he does what he wants us to give him money. No. When people say something, they bring out some facts for you to look at. Why don't you also make, if you don't agree with them, make your investigation, probe it. And if it happens that you concur, then you support that this thing. If you don't concur, you find out that there is this thing, then you can neglect it. But don't allow that problem to happen. Then there will be so much frustration that we told you that this thing will happen. Why did you allow it to happen? So, but the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, they are doing a very good job with they told us they have limited fund because the whole of, like I tell you, the whole of horticulture, rice, tomato, pepper, and other, they merge it in one place. And they are giving it maybe they call it an envelope. The whole of onion, tomato, and all these things, they merge it together. So at the end of the day, when they are trying to allocate some of these resources to this different commodity, at the end of the day, it's very little. Yeah, the ministry, like I tell you, they are doing a very good job when it comes to the ministry. I think there was a time we had this issue of incident of pests and diseases of the purple blotch that is caused by Alternaria pori, a pathogen. And we wrote to them, and they did a very good job by drawing the attention of resource persons from universities, where they came and trained our farmers, our lead farmers from Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara, Kano, Katsina, I think Bauchi, about 8 states. They did that training, and they also gave us starter packs for our production. And that have gone a long way to build the capacity. And since that 2019 that we recorded that incident of purple blotch, which can destroy the entire onion production, we have not recorded due to the quick intervention of National Assembly and Federal Ministry of Agriculture. That has, because people see this problem, they don't know how to go about it. But when these resource people come, they educate me. When you educate me, I educate a lot of farmers, because I am not farming in isolation. A lot of farmers are looking up to me to look, what is this guy doing differently? And of course, farmers are quick to adopt something. Most especially for them, seeing is believing. When they see that you are doing well, they really come to you to this. I think, like I can tell you, some last 2 weeks or last month, they were in Gombe also, doing this kind of training and also giving out starter packs. Yes. They went to Kaduna, they also did the training. Next week, they are going to Kebbi. I'm just coming from the ministry. So we have good relationship with the ministry. But the problem is that of fund. And they are also helping us to build storage facility that is better than the traditional system. The traditional system is the one that we 50 to 60% post-harvest losses. But the one that they are building is 20 to 30 post-harvest losses. Of course, you see farmer income will increase and a lot of things. If farmers want, they can adopt. So from that one, we want to go into sophisticated one where they will build the one that we have 0 post-harvest losses or minimum of 10%. So the ministry for us, they are doing well, but the issue of fund that is being allocated to this commodity is too minimal compared to the volume, compared to the number. That is why when government are telling me that they want to create jobs, and if you ask them how, it becomes that as if they don't know. Of course they can't. So like Sokoto State is being ranked among the poorest state in Nigeria, unfortunately, but when you see the number, the land that is available for massive production for farming, when you see the human resource, it's like a traditional crop, they inherit it. Then you wonder. And even in the Sokoto, when you go to places that they produce onion, like Gada, Goronyo, Wurno, Gwadabawa, Wamoko, Sokoto North, go even check in terms of in terms of the standard of living, resource-wise and everything. Those local government are the richest in Sokoto. So what makes them? Because they are associated with onion farming. They get a lot of production. When they sell, they make a lot of money, and they are doing well. But the problem is the distribution of these resources to go around the state. Also encourage other states. Since we have the cooperative advantage, why don't you encourage other states to do so? Also, when you go to Kebbi, you look at Aleru, you look at Yaudi, you look at Gwandu, you look at other places in Gaski and the rest. Those are places where you have cooperative advantage in terms of onion production. Then why is it that we are facing scarcity during off-season? Why is it that we cannot meet up with our domestic demand? And why is it that the pressure that this West African country are mounting on us to export onion to their country, why can't we take advantage of that? It's because if government can sit down with sincere commodity association. The reason why I say sincere commodity association, with due respect, maybe there are others that they have tried and failed. That doesn't mean that everyone is like that. Before you do something, I always tell people, do investigate, find out. When you find out about this commodity association, how are they formed? Who formed them? Who are they? What is their organogram? What is their structure? When they speak, do people listen to them? Then you come to a conclusion that yes, you can work with this commodity and you make a positive impact in the country. Like I told you, when we came on board, we were producing only 1.4 million metric ton around 2019. From 2019 to date, we scaled it up to 2 million metric ton with just little or no government intervention. We continue to boost the morale of our people. We continue to make things easy for them. We continue to create export market for them. We continue to take care of their hurdles along the way, the extortion. They start seeing that, oh, these our leaders are up and doing. So why don't we support them? So every year we do have our national meeting where we call our stakeholders from across all the states, all the 36 states of the Federation, including FCT Abuja. If you are not producing onion, you are doing the other side of it, you are marketing or you are consuming it. Like Lagos is our biggest market in the entire country. So we really need to look at what our consumer are saying. Like if you go to market now, as I'm speaking to you, you find out that the size of onion that is in the market now is small. A lot of people are asking me why. I told them it's because of the variety of the onion that is being cultivated in the rainy season. And secondly, it has to do with the demand. Sometimes, you know, we in Nigeria, we are always in hurry. When you hear onion is 50,000, then you quickly go and harvest your own and you sell. Thirdly, is the market demand that creates that. The women that are buying onion in bags to sell, they are counting it. So the higher the number of the onion in the bags, the more they will make profit. So if you see things are happening, if you don't know, you ask. So it's not happening just like that, and you cannot assume for what it is happening. But we are players in the sector. We know what is going on. Like that is what is happening currently. We sit down, we interact, we look at the success story, we look at the challenges. We keep the success story attached. We have to sustain it and improve on it, but we focus on the challenges. On the challenges, we develop an activity to tackle the challenges. Like this issue of onion production, what we do use to tackle the challenges is to increase productivity per hectare. It's not that we have increased the number of hectares, no, it's the productivity. If our members are using, like for instance, our intervention in seed, they are using the local seed and they are getting about 10 to 14 metric ton per hectare. They will now introduce some improved variety of seed to them, because we have partnership or collaboration or relationship with most of these seed companies, like the Technisem. They come up with one the variety you call Onion Damani, Onion Safari, Violet Digalmi. Our farmer love it so much. Then we have the Bejo seed from Holland. They came up with Sakana, Orient, White Column, Yellow Trophy. Then we have the East West seed, where we have the Premier, the Super Yali, and the rest. So what we do is to collaborate with these companies to introduce seeds to farmers. And what we also do as an organization, we used to buy seeds from these companies. Then we bring it. Then we will now tell our farmer we have seed. If you want the seed, you will come with part payment. Like you will bring 50%. If you want 100,000 naira seed, then you will come with 50,000 naira. Then we'll give you 100,000 naira seed. After you harvest, then you use onion to pay us this thing. But if you see you cannot pay us with onion, then we can collect cash from you. And we have done that. We are recording like 80 to 90% success in that. And every year we used to do it. So, and again, we are using that also to know the best amongst our farmers in terms of if you want to invest in them. You know those that you will invest to. You know those that you will invest in that will repay back the loan. So what we are doing is that we are doing a kind of a mini this thing for CBN and for other government intervention, so that you will not give it to the wrong person. But in onion, there is no any political farmer or pocket farmer, because we know ourselves. We know ourselves, and you don't dare come close to us. You don't lie. You don't lie. I know the marketer of onion in Delta State. I know that of Wari. I know that of Abo. I know the person in Eleme in Port Harcourt. I know the person in Gambia in Port Harcourt. I know in Ahoda in Port Harcourt. I know that person in Asaba. I know that person in Abba Express Market and Cemetery. We know ourselves. I know the one in Aduawa in Edo State. So you don't come here and create. I know that in Bodija, in Akinyele in Ibadan. I know you if you are in Ogere in Ogun State. I know you if you are in Agege or Eleko or My 12. So you see, we know you. If they say in onion subsector, if you say somebody slapped somebody in My 12, I will tell you the person here who did that. If you say something is going on in Sokoto, in so particular, we know who are doing it. Because we are also like we have a traditional system of this leadership, where we have the Sarki Albasa of the Sultan of Sokoto, who is also taking care of these problems that is happening in the onion subsector. So to tell you, we know ourselves. So this support that we are giving farmers input to give us 50%, later 50%, have yielded a lot of result. That have caused a lot of love, and it between us and them. The only thing that we cannot be able to do now, in terms of chemicals, we have a company like Bayer. Yes, that we also collaborate with them. They will give us their bet expert and other chemicals. We give it to our farmers. In case of fertilizer, that is what for now we're not able to establish a relationship with Notori or Indurama, so that we'll be able to assess some of these inputs to pay some money, give to our farmers and this thing. But we'll continue to see how we forge ahead to make these things available, this input available for our farmers. We don't need money, it's input. Lagos, My 12 is an international market. Not the goods that is going to My 12 is not only consumed by the Lagosians alone. There are other, there are other countries that are neighboring Benin, Cotonou, and other countries. Ghana, people from Ghana and this thing, they are also coming to my 12 to buy these commodities to their countries. So you see the factor of demand and supply, that one is already known. When demand is high, of course price will go up. That is one. Two is the issue of transportation. Currently now, as I'm speaking to you, we are selling onion in Sokoto. Yesterday, before I left, it was 45,000 naira. But as I'm speaking to you, it's around 50,000 in Sokoto, the source. Then the price for per bag of onion from Sokoto to Abuja here is 5,000 naira. Yes, because most of this truck, they don't use fuel, they use diesel. And per liter of diesel is 800 and something naira. So you can see, now maybe you are not taking it to Abuja, you are going to Lagos. Maybe you will be spending 6,000 to 7,000 naira per bag to take it to Lagos. And when you enter Lagos, there are also other charges. You know you are in Lagos. I know you understand the English. Welcome to Lagos. So when you factor all into the transportation, the cost of the this thing and other charges, of course, the price of the this thing per bag have increased. When you put your profit, it becomes another thing. Coupled with the demand of onion, then of course, you know what you are buying. When you are going to a place like Akwa Ibom, what even surprise, do you know that you can spend even up to like 11,000 naira to transport one bag of onion to a place like Akwa Ibom, 10 to 11,000 naira. That one also, the transportation includes extortion. The moment you are in Benue, enter Delta, produce, you will be extorted till you get to Akwa Ibom. Welcome to Akwa Ibom. You factor everything together. Then you put your 11,000 naira transportation plus the 50,000 naira, 61,000, other expenses before you know, yes, and everything. So. Yeah, our advice to youth is that we don't need to think of traveling outside this country. We just need to stay back in the country and we build our country by ourselves. And how do you do that? You can only do that by being persistent in your dream. You have to pursue your dream. First of all, you have to identify what you want to do. When you identify it, no matter whatever it is, just be persistent. Just be committed. Make sure you don't lose focus. Of course, there are big challenges in Nigeria. People will set hurdles. People will push you. You will fall. Some will match you. They will say you shouldn't. Don't pick up. The moment when they see that you are very strong, if they push you, you will not fall. They will come and support you. Yes, but they will not support you easily. They will first of all push you. They want to kill your dream. If they kill it, you allow them to kill it. Then you come and work for their own dream. But if you did not allow them to kill your dream, when they see, they will come, they will say, oh, let me support this boy. They will later want to colonize you. When you keep on going, then you detach them from yourself. Because, and again, I'm giving you this advice, you need them. you also need them, because when you are rising up, there are some challenges that you will not foresee, but they have seen it. Some of these hurdles is artificial, some of it is natural, some of it those elders can see it. If they want to help you, they can tell you to maneuver, instead of this place, use this place. So don't think that you don't need them. You need them when you are growing. So when you have reached some certain stage, if you want to maintain the relationship, you maintain it. If you don't want to maintain it, you can this thing. So that is one thing I will tell. It's not easy. Even up till now, we are not even facing it easy. But by God's grace, alhamdulillah, we have come to that a stage where we collaborate with the big ones. We collaborate with them, and we prosper together. So we need them, and like I said, it's persistence in your own dream. Whatever you pick, don't play with it. You can make gold out of it. I remember when I started this job, we start with farm mapping. We get our GPS. We're the first set of people that were doing mapping farm. We'll go and map farmers' farm, record it, latitude and longitude, and hectareage, the land area, give it to CBN. One thing that I will tell you again, when you become good, everybody, you become everybody. But if you are bad, even your house, it is only mommy and daddy mommy we take responsibility. But daddy everybody will start looking who to apportion blame on. So a lot of all my bosses, I have a lot of them, they will say yes, this. And I have people that help me. So this country, I tell you, our diversity, if we have to harness our potential, the opportunity in our diversity, we'll really enjoy it. Look now, the people I'm mentioning, they are not from my state. Yes. Ali Baba is a Nupe man. Abdul Wahid is a Yoruba man. They are the one that help Hausa youth, a little boy from Sokoto, and today they are very proud of me. I'm also proud of them. They helped me sincerely, and I became who I am today. And my MD, you see, she's also a Yoruba person from Ogun.
Growing onions from seed requires careful attention. After the tiny seeds germinate, the young seedlings have to be protected from the scorching sun and heavy downpours. A seedbed allows you to easily your onion seedlings until they're strong enough to transplant to the field. Making a nursery, you can take better care of your onion seedlings. The access to water is a must for growing onion. Onion seedlings need In the rainy season, you need to raise the seedbed so the onion root aged manure or compost. If you use quality seed, most of the seed will germinate. You need much less of it. Onion seedlings need room to grow, so do not plant them too close together. 5 to 10 centimeters apart and 1 centimeter deep. Cover the seeds lightly with the soil. Add mulch and remove it once the seedlings nursery whenever needed, in the early morning. A good nursery will give you strong and healthy seedlings, which are essential to get a good harvest.
That's it on the program for this week. I hope this episode is so educating, and of course those of you thinking of what you want to venture into, the onion business is a lucrative one like you heard, and then you can go into it with as low as 50,000 naira. That's it, and that's how we wrap it up on the program. Like I told you, the program is going to be educating, and of course I believe this one has to do with money, so is captivating also. Join us again same time, same station next week. I am Khadija Oluwatoyin. Catch ya.